Hi, it's Kathy, and I'm back with another edition of Tippin' on Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful card using a technique that Lydia Fiedler of Understand Blue had done, and I thought it was so cool looking and decided to try and play with it. And so this is the card. And we're also going to do a little technique with the white organza ribbon from the Occasions catalog. So let's get started. What you'll need for this project is a piece of Pacific Point cardstock that measures 5.5 by 8.5, and that'll be your card. A piece of Whisper White for the inside of your card that measures 4 inches by 5.25 inches, and a piece of Lemon Lime Twist that measures 4 inches by 5.25 inches. 2 pieces of the Foil Frenzy Specialty Designer Series paper. This one measures 4 inches by 1 inch. And this one measures 2 inches by 1 inch. This is a piece of the lime green glimmer paper from the Occasions catalog that has been cut out using the amazing from the Celebrate You set of dies that is currently available with $100 of product purchased. This is a celebration item that when you place an order of $100 or more, you can select this set of dies. It will also be available in the 2018-2019 annual catalog. So if you don't get it now, you can wait till June and get it. So we'll be using that, and then we'll also be using the little U die. You need a big long piece of baker's twine. And I have, this is a retired Bermuda Bay one. You just want, you know, somewhere between 24 and 36 inches of baker's twine. The thick baker's twine does not work well for this project. You really want this thinner one. And then you want at least 4 pieces of Whisper White cardstock that measure 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. This will actually give you more than one project. It's just that the technique done the first time gives a different look than when you repeat it. So I want you to see the difference. And then you finally need a piece of the white organza ribbon that measures 6 inches. Now, a lot of people are dyeing this with the blends, and that works great. But if you want a color like Pacific Point that is not in one of the blends, here's a way to dye it. So I'm going to show you that first. And I'm going to go ahead and get some gloves on because this is a bit on the messy side. And also you'll want to have some paper towels ready. So I'm going to set a paper towel here. Let me get all this cardstock out of the way so that it doesn't get ink on it. And I'll get my other glove on. And I'm going to take some 70% rubbing alcohol. And the rubbing alcohol allows it to dry a little quicker than if you do water. You can do it full strength with the re-inker, but I kind of like it a little bit less, not full strength. And so I'll use about 4 or 5 drops of the, maybe 4, of the Pacific Point re-inker. And then I'm going to take and kind of roll my ribbon up. Actually, I'm going to take this off for just a second to do this. And roll it around my finger. This way it's a lot easier to put into that little trough than it is to put it in as one long string. So now I'll put this back on. And I'm just going to drop it right down in there like that. And absorb that ink up. Okay. I'll kind of wring out the extra. And since I have some extra ribbons. So let's go ahead and just do another one real quick. I'm just using my gloves, I'll just mush it down in there. And pick that all up. And then I can put them in my paper towel, kind of wad them up, and let them dry. Now you need them to be completely dry before you put them in your project. Otherwise you're going to have blue ink all over your hands, and you're also going to probably get smudges on the inside of your card. So you definitely don't want that. But as you can see, we now have beautiful blue, Pacific Point blue organza ribbon. So I'm going to set those to the side and let them continue to dry. And I'm going to get rid of all of this. And we're going to go on to the next part of the project. Now the next part of the project is the part that's just a lot of fun. And you're going to be using these Whisper White pieces that are 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and put some re-inker back in. Just like that. So now I'm going to get a phone book and open it up to just any old page. And I'm going to take one of my gloves off, and I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White and place it down in the center here. I'll take my baker's twine and find my ends, and the side end with the loop, I'm going to start to put at least 18 inches or so of this down into this color and absorb all that re-inker, just like this. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and get something to clean that spot that I just got some on my pad here. We don't want to make a mess with that. I'm going to go ahead and get a baby wipe and just pick that up off of there. There we go. Go ahead and clean my fingers a bit. As you can see, you can get very blue doing this if you don't have some gloves or something, but it's just a fun project. And every time you do this, it's going to look different. So then you're going to pull it up and open it all the way up. Let's see if I can do this without getting in the camera. It's wanting to twist on me. I'm going to lay it down on my paper. Oops, I just bumped the camera. And then I'm going to loop it in over here to this side, like that, and then come down kind of to the center. And you want to try and not drag it on the paper too much. And again, down to the center like that. And then I'm going to take another piece of Whisper White and cover it right over it. And I'm going to close the book and then just firmly press here. You don't have to push super hard. And then I'm going to move down here so you can see my strings, and I'm going to pull. And I'll set that to the side. Find my 2, and there it is. Aren't those cool? So let's go and do another pull on these, because usually pull number 2 is the one that turns out the best. And you never know how these loops are going to look when you're done, but you want to make sure that you get these down here together at the bottom. And then we'll close this here. And like I said, I added some more, so maybe we'll do another real quick pull after this one. Let's see what happens with this one. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Kind of cool, isn't it? So let's do one more, just for fun. So let me grab a couple of pieces of cardstock. Get our strings again. And wrap them however you want in loops. Let's go with big loops like that this time. And place that down. Strings out the bottom. Close her up. And this may be a little bit dry. But we'll see what happens. And there we go. Yes, that's a little bit dry, but they're still very pretty. So now you can choose amongst your different looks, and for each look you end up with 2 of them from the 2 different sides. So now you get to choose which one you want. And I really, really like this one. I think I'm going to go with this one for this card. So the next thing I'm going to do is take the little U die and place it here in the bottom corner and cut it out on my Big Shot, and I'll be back with you in just a second with that. Okay, we're back, and I've cut the U out, and you do want to save this little center piece from it. You'll take the small piece here and turn it onto the back of your cardstock, and using a liquid glue, because it's just the easiest one for this, just kind of glue around the edge of the word. Got a lot of glue right there. Let's get that up. Okay. And place the foil side so it shows on the front like that. And then your center will go into your O. Just like that. Okay. So on the inside of your card, oops, let me get a little extra glue there. We don't want that getting into our project. So on the inside of the card, we'll attach the other piece of the foil frenzy. The bottom here. And then get some tear-in tape. There it is. I knew it was here. And get a piece. And hopefully our ribbon is dry enough. this point. Yeah, it feels dry. Okay, so place that on here. Just like that. Add a happy birthday sentiment. And this one is from the Birthday Wit stamp set. It's this one right here. That can go on the inside of our card. Uh-oh, we got a little splooch. Well, guess where one of my little sequins is going to go? The Tutti Frutti sequins already have a little glue dot on the back of them, but you do need to be careful and kind of use your nail to pick them off so that they do come off. So I'm going to kind of spread these out a little bit more than I had on my other project since I had to hide something there. How's that? Okay, so this can now go down onto our lemon lime twist piece. And I'm going to find where that ink splooch is, and it's right there. So let's get rid of that so that I don't get it on any more of my project. I'll place that down like that. And I put that up on dimensionals. Place that here. And the final thing is I'm going to take my Amazing, and I did not use double-sided tape on the back of this, which is probably the smarter thing to have done, but I didn't. So I just recommend you going around and just putting a dot of the liquid glue in several locations on your cutout, your die cut, just like that. And that is going to be placed right here, like that. And there is your card using Lydia Fiedler's very cool Baker's Twine phone book technique. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and tune in again for another edition of Tippin' on Tuesday. Have a great week.